You depart the gates of Neverwinter with the oxen and the cart of supplies. A few hours later, with the sun now almost touching the horizon, you note in the distance some heavy, thick, charcoal-coloured cloud starting to fill the sky. This is not just rain incoming, but a full-blown storm. So you find a good amount of wood and supplies and things really to try and create some sort of canopy. Eventually you get a nice warm campfire going.
Would you like a lullaby? I can sing you lullaby to ease your worries.
If you must.
Excellent. This one is called The Storm That Killed Everyone Under the Rock Canopy. It goes like this. There was a storm, and it killed everyone under the canopy. That is all I have. Thank you. Good night.
And he takes the Warhammer, places his hand on the top, and I cast light.
I immediately sneak up on Thoric, take a dagger and hold it to his neck. The dwarf practices forbidden practices. From whence do you gain such power?
He's a healer. Now put down your little toothpick.
Thoric gives him a comforting pat on the hand, and I'd like to cast guidance on him.
Obviously there's still a storm ongoing. It's not the best sleeping conditions, but I'd quite like you all to make a constitution saving throw, please.
3.
Oh, Jesus. Johan, however, you've not had a good night's sleep at all. You have gained a level of exhaustion. Your journey continues. Below you in the distance, you see the Trailhead. At the junction, you see a gang of leather-cloaked, black-masked men, accompanied by a group of bipedal reptiles, swinging their scimitars and spears at an armor-cladded knight and his companion.
Saga, grab
Yes.
onto the cart.
I leap onto the cart.
Thoric wraps his hands around the reins and just goes, yeah! With the intention of, with all of us on the cart, charging at the group of kobolds with the 2 oxen at the front.
Ooh.
You charge in on the cart, ready to strike. I need you all to roll initiative for me then, please.
Oh,
nice.
good time to roll a nat 20.
Yeah.
It'll be a 14 for Sergei.
10 for me, for Saga.
And a 7 for Thoric.
And a 23 for Johan.
Just going to see where everyone else is at before he acts.
Yeah.
Clerics always go last. Always.
That's true.
Good. It's good for healing. Because while we're all dying, then you can waste your turn saving us again.
You have to get help. Oh yeah, by the way, I haven't built him like a healer. Joking, it's fine.
Yeah.
Panicked.
One moment.
Bold of you to assume I took a healing spell.
What is this doing? Punching the initiative and then it's just putting in random numbers. No. Strange. Oh, I see why. Okay, fine. Right, okay. So, not surprisingly, Johan, you are actually... Let me turn this battle music down ever so slightly. It's a bit distracting. Johan, you are actually, not surprisingly, first. You are currently on the back of the cart. which is hurtling down the road, which the road actually is where the knight and his companion are. The kobolds and the cultists are actually on the road side in amongst the grass. So currently the cart is hurtling towards the knight and and the woman. I assume the Thoric's probably going to stop. So you've got 3 kobolds and 2 cultists on one side of the road and 3 kobolds and 2 cultists on the other side of the road.
Okay, what I want to happen is for the cart to just divide them. If we keep going, so we like right between them, then I climb on the side of the cart and I jump off and use the momentum of my jump to impale one of the cultists on my rapier from behind.
Okay.
Is that possible?
I'm just for sake of ease, I'm going to have the cart move on Thoric's initiative. So
Fair
currently you are ahead of that point. So you could jump off now, and if you were to jump off now, you would be probably about 20 feet away from the first kobold. So you could do that.
Sweet. I will jump off the cart and sort of trying to keep low.
Yeah.
As much of a man in black in broad daylight can't be seen.
Of course.
And draw my rapier with the same intent to try as much as I can to lodge it in the back of one of the kobolds and have it, whoa, kebab style.
Okay, then let's go for an attack roll then.
Righto. Rapier, don't fail me now. It's a 9.
So you leap off the cart, you scurry across, trying to keep as low as you can. You jump up and you try and stab this kobold, who kind of quickly turns just as you kind of leap up and kind of like cowers, meaning that your dagger just goes straight over the top of his head, missing him, I'm afraid.
Ooh. Can I? No, I can't. Never mind.
Okay, so next up in the initiative order is the kobolds themselves. Only one of the kobolds, the one that you've just attacked, Ollie, is really aware of what's going on at this point. Everybody else seems to be focused on the knight and his companion. But the kobold that you've just attacked, he's got his own dagger, so he swings it at you, and that is going to be I can't see that, 15 to hit against your AC.
It hits.
Ooh. Okay, and that's going to be a 3 piercing damage to you, sir, as it kind of stabs at your gut and just kind of nicks the side of your waist.
Ow.
Try and dodge it.
I take 3. He's like takes it kind of, but tries to take it like a champ.
Okay, so the other kobolds are focused on the knight and his companion, and they fire off some slingshot stones at them, and it looks as though we're going to be in a position where they miss every single attempt. Except one, who except 2, who attack the companion with the and manage to kind of bludgeon this companion with their slingshot bullets, doing about 8 damage, which actually really hits this woman hard. That takes us then to Sergei. So you are currently on the front of the cart that's hurtling towards these kobolds. You've got the 3 kobolds and 2 cultists on one side of the road, and 3 kobolds and 2 cultists on the right-hand side of the road. Johan is engaged with a kobold on your left. The first kobold that you come
Okay.
to.
I'd like to quickly turn to Saga and use my bonus action to Bardically inspire her.
Oh, nice.
You got this. I know you can do a lot of killing. Go behead every single one of them and bring their heads back, and then Thoric can cook it in stew. Okay, goodbye. And I'm going to leap off and run with my rapier and attack the ones by...
Oh!
Oh!
Go and attack the ones that Johan is also fighting. The one that just attacked him.
Sure, okay. Right. Okay, so you
Johan,
swing...
I've got you.
I can't quite believe what I'm seeing.
So let's go for an attack roll then.
Oh, just a 13.
That's just enough to pierce the skin of one of the kobolds. Granted, only in the arm at this point, but
The arm is good enough.
yes. Let's go for
So-
a damage roll.
1d8. Do I excuse me, do I add anything to that damage? I can't remember.
You should do. I don't have your character sheet. in front of
Proficiency
me.
bonus to the
It
attack
should be
roll.
on your character sheet. It should just say.
I think it's just proficiency, isn't it?
Add to it. It would usually be your strength
Got it.
bonus plus proficiency, I believe.
2 plus 0.
Although if it's a rapier, you can probably use dexterity. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2
so-
plus 0. They're both 0.
Oh, right, okay.
I say I didn't really build the character very well for all intents and purposes of keeping him a bit chaotic.
Yeah, go for it.
So 2 hit points of damage.
Well, hey, it's something.
I will cut him slightly. Give him small paper cut.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Lovely. Anything else you want to do, or is that your turn done?
I believe that's my turn done.
Okay.
The action.
So next up we have this white-haired woman that is the companion of this knight. She. Where is she? She is currently in the middle of the road, not particularly engaged with anyone right now, but she is going to launch a sacred flame at. Let me just find it. I thought I'd set this up beforehand, but no. So she is going to cast a sacred flame at one of the kobolds. Which means that they need to take a dexterity saving throw. Come on. Dex saving throw. Okay. And they fail it, meaning that they take... Oh, God. 1d8 of radiant damage.
Johan takes note.
Oh, nice. So you see this woman just unleash a ball of flame at this kobold and just disintegrates him, essentially. Just completely wipes him out. So that's one of the kobolds on the right-hand side of the road now taken out. She stays firmly where she is, holding ground, while Saga, you are next up. You're currently on the back of the cart.
Yeah. If I jump off now, I want to get to one of the cultists.
Ooh, okay.
Can I do that?
Let me work this out. I would say, just from the looks of things, you could just about get in reach. So you could either, from actually where you would be, you could either run across the road in front of the cart, which is probably not a wise decision, but you could and get across to one of the cultists on the right-hand side of the road, or you could work your way around the back behind the kobolds where Johan and Sergei are and kind of swerve around and kind of attack one of the cultists from behind.
I'll swerve and get to one of the cultists.
Cool. So you leap off the cart then, and you run around the back, round kind of a bush, and kind of come up from behind at this cultist.
And I take out my greatsword
Oh!
and go for an attack.
Go for it.
Okay, it's 14, but I do have inspiration if that doesn't hit.
That does hit, so don't need to use that.
Save it.
So that hits, and let's go for a damage.
Haha, 12.
Ho! So you jump off the cart, you run up round behind this bush, and you swing this great sword and just decapitate this cultist in one fell swoop. Nice.
I'm terrified.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to do? I imagine that's probably you done.
How far is the other? I've probably used all my movement, but I'm gonna.
Yeah, you have.
My
you
next-
will have used all your movement now.
My next target is the other cultist. So that's my aim.
So there is another cultist about 20-ish feet from you. There is also actually another kobold, between you and that cultist. You could go around him, but he's the closest target, that other kobold at this point, between two bushes.
Good to know. But yeah, I'm just like aiming to head to the other cultist.
Sure. Okay, so next up we have the knight, who is currently engaged in combat with a kobold about 5 or so feet away from where Sergei and Johan are. He pulls out his long sword and strikes at the kobold, and he does. He, much like Saga, just decapitates this thing, holding back not in the slightest. So that's one of the kobolds gone. So we now have remaining, we have 2 kobolds on the left-hand side of the road and 1 cultist, and on the other side we have 2 kobolds and 2 cultists remaining. I believe that brings us now to Thoric. So you are currently driving the cart, which is hurtling down the road towards this knight and his companion.
So, on each side of the road, have all of my companions gone to the right-hand side of the road, which means there's just like they're not like all engaged in combat.
So Sergei and Johan are engaged with the kobold on your left, and Saga has just decapitated a cultist also on your left. So nobody is actually currently dealing with the right-hand side of the road, including the knight. The only person dealing with them, although she's not engaged, is his companion.
So no one's close to them. Hypothetically, if I were to steer the cart to the right-hand side group,
yes,
I wouldn't be steering it towards my compatriots.
That would be correct, yes.
That is what I would like to do then. I will gently nudge the oxen into that direction and just book it straight towards them to try and trample them.
Nice. Okay. Trample damage. How am I going to do this? Okay. Well, let's go with a... let's roll to hit. It's probably going to be quite... let's go with the AC, but I'm going to give you advantage on it because you're attacking them with something so bloody big.
Just turned into Simpsons Hit and Run.
Okay. So that is a with advantage, that's straight 19 on the dice. What am I adding to that? Do you want me to add my stats or the...
I don't really have
Hot
stats. For the oxen.
I mean...
Yeah, I mean, well, let's not worry about it because 19 is going to hit. So let's not worry about the minutiae of it. The 19 is going to hit. I'm going to let you do damage to, because it's a cart and oxen. Let's say that you've hit one of the cultists and two of the kobolds. We are going to go with kind of improvised weapon type thing. So let's just do it as a straight D6 damage plus. Let's add we won't add a proficiency, but let's add at least a dexterity to account for navigation of the cart.
+1 for me then.
Okay, so let's do a d6 +1.
So that is
each opponent.
Do you want me to roll separately for each one?
Yeah, let's do that, yeah.
So first one, total of 5.
Okay, that will be the cultist first.
Cool. Second one, total of 2.
Okay.
And then last one, total of 5 again.
Oh, okay. So that kobold you just trampled to death.
There's a guggung.
Yeah. The other ones kind of managed to jump out of the way a little bit, but they certainly get the wind knocked out of them. With the cart now kind of... basically, you're looking at a bunch of trees directly in front of you. With a kobold kind of jumped out to the side of the left-hand side of the car and a cultist kind of just behind you on the right-hand side of the car.
Cool. So as the cart sort of comes to a...
We'll count that as your action so you can still move, I think.
So if that counts as like... as it's sort of slowing down after sort of making that initial charge, Thoric will grab his shield and his warhammer, jump off the side, and I'd like to go and stand in front of these two people in the center. And just like put my shield up in front of this knight. And did you say it was a woman with him as well?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Cool. Just sort of prepared and kind of interposing myself between them and the enemies.
Okay. So you are from where you are then. So you're presumably facing towards the cart, yeah?
Yeah, towards wherever the enemies are, kind of like putting myself between.
Yeah. So essentially directly in front of you is a kobold on the ground that you've just almost ran over with a cultist behind the other side of the cart.
Great.
Okay.
Thoric will just turn to them and be like, I think that went rather well, all things considering.
So now we are on these cultists. Okay, so these guys are wielding scimitars. One of them is unaware that his friend behind him has just been decapitated. So he's going to run towards. He's going to have to go through the woman, I think. So he's going to swing his scimitar at her, and is going to royally miss in his kind of panic to kind of deal with this dwarf that's just hopped off this cart charging towards them. So he misses completely. And then we have the two cultists on the right-hand side of the road. He runs towards Thoric and swings a scimitar at him.
Come on.
My God. And he also, in his panic, trips over and just face plants to the floor before even reaching you.
Thoric's just like, are you alright, lad?
Would you like a flapjack?
I'll win.
And then we have the final cultist that's just been knocked over by the cart. He kind of stands to his feet, and he is going to. He's only got really half movement now, so he can make it across the road towards Johan. And he's going to swing his scimitar at you, Johan, for 12 against your AC.
He misses.
Oof. Okay. Nice. Right. So now we are back then to...
I do like some kind of leaning back, so it's like...
Oh, Matrix style.
Yeah.
Well, Johan, you're up next, so you can react accordingly. Cool. You are engaged currently with a kobold and a cultist. So towards the road you have a cultist, and towards along the road, as it were, you have the kobold in front of you as well.
If he's sort of like swung a weapon at me and he's kind of exposed his armpit, I try and shove my rapier all the way in so it comes out through his neck.
Oh, let's go for it.
Okay, here we go. And I'm really hoping 13
is going to hit.
Boom. Then, okay. I will roll for damage. 5 plus 3 is 8. But I would also like to make a sneak attack and add an extra d6 of damage, but only if another enemy is within 5 feet. Is that right?
I think it's an ally, isn't it?
An ally.
An ally? Which you do have an ally. You have Sergei. So yes,
right.
you can do that, yes.
Don't mind me, I'm just down here fighting this kobold.
Look, a halfling.
So let's add the sneak attack then as well.
Lovely, that's another d6, which is 1. So that's a grand total of 9 damage.
So this cultist swings his scimitar at you. You do your kind of sneaky side step and shove your blade right up his armpit, and as desired, straight through his neck, both sides, just taking him out completely.
Johan, that was unnecessarily violent.
I take it out, and then he just kind of
flops to the ground.
Flops. Then, just kind of do a little bit of finesse thing, and then move on to the next person. Okay,
you do technically have movement, but you are currently also engaged with the other kobold that Sergei is engaged with. So, moving would get an attack of opportunity against you. So it's up to you what you want to do there.
I turn my gaze on. Is it a kobold that's attacking Sergei, or a cultist? I turn my gaze to the kobold and sort of wait for my opportunity. Like if Sergei can distract him, hopefully I can get him from behind or something.
Okie doke.
Or I want to see what he does with that thing. I take a step back and, as if to say, let the boy earn his spurs. Let's see what this kid can do.
I'm 40 years old, please. I'm the boy.
So next up, it's actually the kobold. So first of all, this kobold's going to get an opportunity to attack one of you. He's going to try and stick its dagger into Sergei. And that's going to be 14 against your AC, sir.
Yes, that does hit.
Ooh.
I have a very low AC.
What's your AC?
11.
Oh, God.
Boy needs to get some armor. Okay,
I've got
so...
armor.
What? What armor have you got? Cheese armor?
Leather armor plus 0 in dexterity, so...
Oh, geez.
Just 11 plus 0.
Oh God.
Which is fine. I can take a hit, hopefully.
So this kobold just kind of runs up and kind of like tries to shank you with its dagger, piercing your leg, doing 6 damage to you. 6 piercing damage.
That is not helpful. Ouch.
Yes. Ouchies. Okay, so then we also have this other kobold who I think is very aware of the decapitation that's just happened behind him by Saga. So he turns and he currently has his sling out. So he's just going to try and, in panic, throw a slingshot bullet at you. And that is going to be... Ooh! 22 against your AC.
That does hit.
I would have thought so. Oh, blimey. So this slingshot bolt fires and hits you square in the face for 6 bludgeoning damage.
Sick.
What a
Okay.
powerful slingshot.
Yeah.
I will be stealing that off that guy's body.
Johan is reminded of an old tale of, I think his name was David and the other one was called Goliath or Goliath or something.
So we have... Oh, hang on.
Are we naming this kobold David now?
And his character's new nickname, Goliath.
Okay, so we have, I believe, one other kobold still active on the far side of the road, who's just been knocked over by the wagon with Thoric standing in front of him. He's very close to you though, Thoric, so he can get in and do a melee with you. So he's going to try and try his best to...
Your friend didn't do very well. Let's see how you are.
So he tries to shank you with his little dagger. 5 against your AC.
No, not quite. Not quite.
He kind of leaps at you with his dagger, and you just kind of beat him off with your shield, without much effort on your part. Okay, Sergey, you are currently engaged with a kobold directly in front of you, and Johan's just finished off this cultist, so he's stood right next to this kobold as well.
Right, you little shit. You hit me, you get hit too. I would like to roll to attack with my rapier. Fuck's sake. That would be a 5.
You kind of do a stabby stab movement to the kobold, and the kobold is just far too quick for you, and just completely sees it coming.
Could I use my bonus action to intimidate him?
I mean, you can try. Sure.
Right. Next time I'm coming for the tiny little cock of yours. That would be a 15.
Oh wow. Okay.
I have
sure.
+4 intimidation, apparently.
So I'm going to give him disadvantage against you on attack rolls now.
Oh, thank God. Not that it matters. Just need to be an 11.
Okay. Right. So now we have the woman, the woman companion. It's white-haired magic user. The Sacred Flame seemed to go quite well before, so she's going to repeat that against the kobold currently stood in front. Actually, no, one of the cultists to her left, because she's very much engaged with those. So she's going to Sacred Flame one of these cultists, so he's got to make a dex saving throw. Saving throw, that's going to completely fail. So he's going to take... oh, no, not that one. He's going to take 1d8 of radiant damage, which is not going to be enough to take him out, but enough to kind of engulf him in flame for a brief moment. She's engaged, so she's not going to move anywhere. Which means then we're on to Saga. So you're now not actually engaged with this kobold, but this kobold is staring you down after just having hit you in the face with a slingshot bullet. The cultist that you could have got to before has now moved into the road and is engaged with this female companion of the night, alongside another cultist.
How far are the cultists?
I mean, you could get to them.
I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to bother with a kobold.
Okay. Just bypass the kobold completely.
Yeah.
Screw you.
Just push him.
Yeah.
Kick it out of the way. So you completely go around this kobold, putting some space between you, and you head for the road. You've got two cultists kind of in front of you, with all their focus on this female spellcaster. I assume you're going to attack one of them.
Yes, whichever one I get to first.
Yep.
Great sword once again.
See if you can do it again. Full decapitation.
11, but I'm going to use the inspiration I got from Sergei.
Oh, good shout.
Which is 1d8?
6. 1d6.
1d6.
Yeah.
Which is another 2.
Boom.
13.
Well, that pushes it just over the threshold, so you're good. Let's roll for damage then.
Come on. 10.
Oh, nice. So you run towards this cultist. You go to take another decapitation, but at the last moment you change your mind and just decide to do a backhanded swipe all the way up his back, and just take him clean out. Nice. Okay, that's probably you done then, I would have thought, because you've moved to attack now. So, bear with me one moment. So that brings us now to the knight who was engaged with a kobold until he took him out. One of the cultists has just been taken out. He's actually going to step up and deal with this, because as he's directly in front of him, he's going to deal with this kobold that you bypassed, Saga. And he is going to strike him with his long sword. Oh, nice. And is going to... oh yeah, nice. He's takes him out with very little issue. So that brings us then to Thoric. You are stood with your kind of next to this white-haired woman. You have a cultist to your left, and you have a kobold directly in front of you who's just tried to attack you that you've just beaten off with your...
So the cultist is not in combat with me?
No, he's engaged with the white-haired woman. He's about 10 feet away from you.
Okay. I'm actually going to go deal with him then, because he's a protecting sort of lad.
Right.
He's just going to look at the kobold and be like, wait there.
You are currently engaged with the kobold, though, so it will inspire a reaction, attack of opportunity, sorry.
I'm sure. But Thoric is just going to trust his armor.
Okay,
and
sure.
Just walk away from him.
Just walk away. It's always the best thing to do in a fight.
Just wait there, mate.
So you pay the kobold no heed as it tries to attack you in the back with its dagger. 14 against your AC.
No, that does not hit.
Oh, nice. Just bounces straight off your armor without issue. Almost like the rocket in Iron Man.
Good lad. And then I'm just going to charge towards this cultist, raise my warhammer, and just sweep him at the knees.
Nice. Go for
with That is a 18 to hit.
Ouch.
And then, because it's one-handed, 1d8 plus 2, so that is 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. So you charge at him, and you swing your warhammer at him, and just hit him square in the stomach, which really wins him. You don't quite manage to get it with full force to do a lot of damage though, but it's really taking it out of him.
Hey, pick on someone your own size.
Well,
Hey.
funnily enough, his go is next. So he takes you up on that challenge, and swings, even though actually technically he's taller than you. But
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
he's
an
going to
old
swing his
dwarven
scimitar
proverb.
straight at you. Ooh, for a 22 against your AC.
That does hit.
Ouchies. Okay, so he's going to hit you then for... why is this not rolling? Okay, I'll do it I'll do it the old-fashioned way. He's going to hit you for 3 slashing damage then, sir. As he just kind of nicks you.
Well, one of you can hit. And just points his hammer at him.
We do hit quite hard.
Good lad, Sergey. You get him, lad. You go.
I'm trying. It's been a long time since I fight.
Johan tries to hide his bleeding shoulder.
So we are on the new round. Johan, you have a kobold in front of you that's just attacked Sergey.
Yes.
And there is a kobold behind that kobold currently engaged with a knight. And there's the people in the road fighting this last cultist. Oh, and there's a kobold by the cart behind you as well, to your right.
Okay. While I don't quite know why, I see the kobold attack Sergey, and I feel obliged to try and defend him, even though
Yes,
I
please.
don't know. So what I do is I run towards that kobold, get one of my daggers, and attempt to throw it, with the aim being that it gets into his temple.
Okay,
So I'm attempting to throw one of my daggers.
sure.
Hopefully, if I'm close enough, I can then do it as a sneak attack.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's
so
do it.
2 hits.
No, I do not like that.
10.
You fling your dagger, and it just goes straight past the nose of this kobold.
Okay, so because I've missed, I then try and get his attention, and I draw my rapier and just shout, "Hey!" Just to try and
make him focus on you.
yeah.
Okay. Well, he's next. So it certainly got his attention, the dagger going straight in front of him. So he turns his attention on you and tries to stab you with his dagger. Oops, it would help
It's a
if I
terrible
rolled.
dagger.
It is a terrible dagger. It would help if I rolled the right thing. That is going to be a measly 8 against your AC, so I'm assuming just doesn't even penetrate even slightly. And you very much have his attention at the very least.
I look down and then it's against my leather and just kind of stops. Which kind of zip to say.
Kobolds are not in the slightest bit intimidating. Right. So we then have the kobold on the other side of the road. He's actually going to, because he's been watching what's been going on in the last few seconds, after having failed to do any damage to Thoric at all, looks for another victim. And fires his slingshot at you, Johan. Yes.
Okay.
Which is going to be 14 against your AC.
That does hit, just about.
Ooh.
And that is going to be a 5 bludgeoning damage to you, sir.
My.
These kobolds are rolling very well on their damage, I've got to say.
It hits exactly where I wanted to hit that kobold, right off my temple. And then, like, as the blood goes down my eye, I like turn towards him with a look that says, "You're next, kid."
Sergey, you're engaged with the kobold.
Johan, it appears you are having a lot of trouble over there. I would just like to inspire you by saying you have got this. You can do it.
So I was using my second Bardic inspiration. And as I say that, I'd then like to run up to the kobold who attacked me, who's now attacking Johan, and go, "Look, I will show you how it is done." 18!
Yeah! Go for it.
Oh, hey! That's a 6 hit points of damage.
Nice. So you badmouth this kobold, and you go to stab this kobold and get it straight through the back of the mouth, and out the other side. Just taking.
Oh, hello, Johan. Nice to see you.
Johan tries to hide how warm and fuzzy that made him feel.
The woman, companion of this knight, she is dealing with one of the cultists, so she's going to attempt a sacred flame again, because it seems to be doing not so bad. So he fails that. Where's my D8 gone? Oh, well, I'll do it on here. He fails that and takes... Oh, nice. He also disintegrates.
Is this the one directly in front of Thoric as well now?
Yes.
It's just
So, right in front of your eyes is just the smell of burning flesh.
That's great.
So we're now down to 2 kobolds left. As I understand it, Saga. The cultists are now all down. There's a kobold across the road, still next to the cart, that's just fired off at Sergey and Johan. And then there's the kobold that Sergey and Johan are actually engaged with on your side of the road. You could get to both if you wanted to.
I'll go for the one that's not engaged with Johan and Sergey.
Sure. Okay. So you run across the road straight towards him. The cart directly behind him. He's focusing very much on the fact that he's just hit Johan square in the face with a bullet from his sling.
Swing. Swing.
Nice. Go for it.
Ha ha ha, 21.
Oh, boom. Is that a nat 20?
No, it's a dirty 21.
Ah, never mind. But still, nice. Let's go for the damage then.
10.
Well, I mean, it's a kobold. That's enough. You just impale this kobold on your sword and kind of stick him into the side of the cart. Kind of just hanging there on the edge of your sword. Which means we're down now to one last kobold. But it is actually the knight's turn. Oh, hang on. No, we're not. That's it, isn't it? Because you've just killed the kobold off, haven't you, Sergey?
Did murder
You
kobold,
did?
yes.
Oh, well then in which case, that was it. They're all down.
Oh,
I forgot to mark him off.
We
Off my
survived.
Way, huzzah!
You're alive.
Huzzah!
there was much rejoicing.
There was the two humans kind of brush themselves off, walk over to you and say, "Thank you, my friends." This is the knight, of course. Thank you, my friends. The help was greatly appreciated. My name is Bartolom Davrosa of the Order of the Gauntlet. It's a pleasure to meet you. He bows his head. And that is where we will leave off the session.
Ooh.
Well,
Fantastic.
Well, that was a hell of a lot of fun.
It was.
That's sick.
Fantastic.
Our first fight. Our
I know.
first
A real fight.
episode.